Hello and welcome to Sports Buzz with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you all the latest news and updates from the world of sports. Let's quickly begin with top headlines of the hour. India's Sumit Nagal currently in action at Swedish Open against Argentinian opponent. Olympic-bound Sumit Nagal earlier stunned Elias Ymer in the round of 32. England and West Indies are locking horns in second test of the series at the Trent Bridge in Nottingham, where West Indies have won 4 and lost just 1 of their 9 previous tests. And 14 years old Philadelphia Union midfielder Kevin Sullivan becomes youngest major soccer league player in the history of MSL, also becomes the youngest North American player in the top flight of a team sport. So those were the top headlines of the hour that we are tracing for all our viewers here on Sports Buzz. And to begin with the latest and first up from the world of tennis. India's star tennis player Sumit Nagal is currently facing Argentine world number 36 Mariano Navone in men's singles round of 16 in Sweden Open. Nagal is currently trailing and he lost the first set by 4-6 and is currently behind in the second one as well. Earlier, Nagal defeated Swedish Elias Ymer by 6-4 and 6-3 in round of 32 clash. However, in men's doubles clash, French duo Alexander Mueller and Luca Van Oort defeated the Indian-Polish pair of Sumit Nagal and Carroll in straight sets. Meanwhile, Sumit achieved a new career high ranking of 68 in men's singles category in the latest ATP rankings. Not just this, Sumit Nagal has also officially confirmed his US Open main draw spot on Wednesday, marking a significant milestone in his career and for India. This achievement makes him the first Indian since Prajnesh Gunneswaran in 2019 to make an appearance in all 4 Grand Slam tournaments in a single calendar year. With the inclusion, Sumit is now set to be the second Indian after Somdev Devraman to compete in more than 3 US Open main draws. This will also be Sumit's 7th appearance in a Grand Slam main draw and the 3rd at the US Open. The 26-year-old also secured his career best ATP ranking of 68 in the latest rankings. So remains to be seen how Sumit plays this match. For now, getting you another news from tennis. Argentine Diego Agustin upset top seed and defending champion Andrei Rublev in 3 sets at the Swedish Open on Wednesday. The 23-year-old world number 121 claimed a 7-6, 3-6 and 6-4 victory over his Russian opponent to advance to a maiden tour-level quarterfinal. Meanwhile, at the ATP 250 event in Bastad on Wednesday, it saw the tournament lose its top 2 seeds as earlier Casper Ruud lost to Brazilian Thiago Monteiro by 6-3 and 6-3. Moving on, former Indian cricketer captain Kapil Dev has called on the Indian athletes heading to the Paris Olympics to compete fearlessly and aim for a record medal haul. Speaking on Wednesday, Kapil Dev expressed his hopes for a strong performance from the 117-member strong squad, which aims to surpass the 7 medals won in the previous edition of Tokyo Olympics. Kapil emphasized the importance of athletes expressing themselves without any fear. He said, and I quote a statement here, "My advice to the Indian athletes would be to go and express yourself. I cross my fingers and why not? If you believe in a double-digit medal haul, it will happen," unquote. Well, India's delegation for the Paris Olympics is its largest, and there is a strong sense of optimism about improving the nation's standing on the global sporting stage. The Games, set to begin from the 26th of July, will see Indian athletes competing across various disciplines with the hope of making history this time. Now, Swimming Canada High Performance Director and National Coach John Atkinson has questioned whether the processes involved in reviews like that of the Chinese doping case are right, opposed to the processes simply being followed even if they are flawed. On the 9th of July, an independent investigation found that the World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA, did not mishandle or show favoritism in the case of 23 Chinese swimmers who tested positive for banned substances and were cleared to compete in Tokyo Olympics. A report by Swiss prosecutor and lead investigator Eric Courtier found that there was nothing in the file to suggest that WADA in any way favored the 23 swimmers who tested positive for trimetazidine. The swimmers were cleared by a Chinese investigation which said they were inadvertently exposed to the drug through contamination, with the report determining the swimmers were staying at a hotel where traces of TMZ were discovered in the kitchen. And ahead of the upcoming Paris Olympics 2024, security officials in Paris have said that around 45,000 police officials will secure the 26 July scheduled opening ceremony, which is likely to have around 300,000 spectators and over 100 heads of state and the government. However, there will be no change of plans after the attack on Donald Trump. With the opening ceremony to be held for the first time outside a stadium, about 80 boats will carry athletes from around the world on a 6-kilometer route along the Seine River towards the Eiffel Tower. The open-air ceremony, which will take the athletes and the performers alongside some of the French capital's most stunning landmarks, is also a major security headache taking place against a backdrop of wars in Gaza and Ukraine. Meanwhile, over 100 people will work at the Games security headquarters round the clock. More updates on Olympics. The Olympic venues and sites are ready for the Games. A few spots of paint were needed to finish work at the equestrian Olympic site in the Palace of Versailles on Wednesday. Workers have flattened the ground and installed a huge arena for the dressage, jumping and cross-country equestrian events, as well as a 5 modern pentathlon set to be watched by 16,000 spectators. The entire infrastructure built for the occasion, from stables to obstacles and even roads, are temporary and will be dismantled after the Games. The Versailles grounds and basins have also undergone restoration work in the last 2 years in anticipation of the Summer Games. The equestrian Olympic events will take place at Versailles from the 27th of July till the 6th of August, while the Paralympics event will take place from 3rd September to 7th September.
Horses really have a special place in Versailles, and the Olympics will really be the opportunity to return the art of horse riding to glory, an art which was developed in the stables here. There were great masters who trained horses and established codes which are still in use today in French horse riding.
Donc voilà, effectivement là on est sur la part.
This is the visible section, the stands, the main riding arena, where the people will be, but behind that there's what we call the back of house. The operational zone, there are spaces that are reserved for athletes, so the horses and the riders with different arenas for warm-up and training. There are 3 one after the other behind the stands. There's a 4th near the stables with areas for lunging. In one of the alleys of the park, there are the stables. There are 210 boxes in those stables. At its heights, we will have 70 horses at the same time when we have dressage and show jumping, so we did everything we could for the well-being of the animals, which we know is an important issue. So we need to bear that in mind. Everything in place was done so that they would be in the best conditions.
Forte dont il faut tenir compte.
High Performance Director of Archery and Sports Authority of India, Sanjeev Kumar Singh, believes that the Indian archery contingent will turn the tables this time around. Sanjeev Singh spoke to DD India correspondent Abhishek Prasad about the preparations, technical aspects and how they can challenge the South Korean archers.
Paris Olympics is here and our Indian archery contingent is all set for the Games. Compound archery have done recently well in all the competitions, it's Asian Games or World Cups. Recurve archers have also done well, but when it comes to Olympics, this is a different competition. Right now, we are joined by High Performance Director of Archery, Dronacharya Wadi and Arjuna Wadi, Sanjeeva Kumar Singh, to put more light on this perspective. Sir, this time we have, this is the 3rd time that we have a 6 and a full size squad for archers. They have done exceptionally well in Asia Cups and World Cups. But when it comes to Olympic, this is a different competitions. So what changes they have did from the last time and what preparations they have?
Well, I think so. This time we are fully prepared. You know, first time when you go to any Olympics, for example, when we went 2003, we qualified as 4th and 6th team at New York, and we went for the Athens Olympics. That time for us, we wanted to win a medal, but we were, going to the Olympics was a big thing for us, so we were lost a bit. 2012 Olympics, again the 6th team went, but this time we were prepared, but we just missed out on that. The third time, we are fully prepared. And why we are fully prepared? Because what has happened is, compared to the last 4-5 Olympics where we have been going, this time there are 5 things which are required for any nation to win an Olympic medal. What are those? The first is the infrastructure. We created a world-class infrastructure at Sai Sonepat, where the Indian team was training, the selection trials were held, and then second is getting the sports science, and thanks to our honorable Prime Minister, whose vision is to make India digital, make into a sporting power. So what has happened is, everywhere we are talking about digital, so whether it's the Sai, whether it's the ministry, whether it's the AI, we went into the sports science, got the latest equipment, which could help us, find out those small things which are there, which can't be seen by a naked eye. Because when we see through a camera at 4,000 FPS per second, I can see minutely how the releases are happening, how the muscles are moving. So we got the muscle sensors, we got the heartbeat sensors, we got the brainwave sensors, we got the force platforms, we got the Mentis for checking where the aims are moving, we got your video analysis, we got the dartfish analysis to see the biomechanics in action. So that has helped us to prepare better. The third thing was your domestic structure. In the domestic structure, Archery Association of India started doing it on the Olympic style. So what is Olympic style? We are doing it on the final matches on the podium. There's a running commentary, there's a TV screen. Exactly, the technical official is there, commentary is there. So we are doing, waiting time is there. So all of that helped all the Indian archers to start winning on the podium and start rubbing shoulders with the seniors, started defeating them. So a lot of juniors came up. As a result of which, if you look at the last 2 Junior World Championship, we were finishing with the second which was there in 21, and then in 23, we finished with number 1. Ahead of Korea. The fourth point is the international exposure. Compared to when we used to play 1 tournament in a year, 1 exposure in a year, maximum 2 exposures, now we are having 10 to 13 exposures. 4 World Cup, 3 Asia Cup, World Championship, Asian Games, whenever they're there. So roughly 7 to 8 tournaments per year in international has given them exposure, rubbing shoulders with people like Kim Woo-jin or Brady Allison. So therefore what is happening is, we are not afraid anymore. We are defeating Brady, we are defeating Kim Woo-jin, we are defeating the Turkish archer or the Japanese archer Farukwa or the Italian archer. So now we are more confident. It doesn't deter us. So that has really helped. So whether it's infrastructure, sports science, the domestic circuit, international circuit, then getting the foreign experts, whether it's for the brainwave, we got Dr. Lee, or for the psychologist, we got Dr. Robert McDuff, or we got Mr. Kim from the Kim School of Korea, the best of the coaches, or Kishik Lee, or we got the Barcelona Olympic medalist Juan Carlos. All of them came here. They gave us some tips, because we never wanted to miss out on small things. So we were fully prepared. And therefore now, before the final leg, before the archers went to Paris, we were training them on the same Olympic style, making them wait, same podium, lights, stage, commentary, everything we are doing. So I can say that this time, our team is fully prepared, and the focus is not on medal, not on score, but on 100% process. If they believe in the process, medal will be there. It's an outcome. It is good.
Sir, you have mentioned about the process, but when it comes to domination in archery, South Korea have been that reigning force, and they do the process more efficient. So what's your take on the South Korean archers, and when India will face them?
See, what happens is, when we were facing in the Asian Games, we defeated Korea in the first round. But the best part about Korea is, they know it very well that the moment they lose, they go more hard on the process. Then they will go bold shooting. They will do more bold shooting, more focused on the form. And when they shoot quickly, chances of errors get minimized, and they do 120%. And then they make a comeback. It's not that their technology or their shooting style is better than us. The only difference is that they focus more on process when they are losing, so that they make a comeback. Because when you shoot more on the process, chances of hitting a 10 increases. That is what happens, and therefore they make a comeback. All other countries, the moment they are winning over Korea, they start becoming cautious. You can't become cautious. You have to be very, very focused on the process. So if they focus on the process, not becoming cautious, more bold, more tight shots, more confident shots, we will win. That is the game changer. Korea knows, does it. We have learnt, we have to do it. That is what is going to make the change. That is what is going to take the color of the medal from bronze to silver to gold. Who does it? And that is, it's all equal. We all are equal. But that day, who gets that courage to make it happen makes all the difference.
Thank you so much for talking to us, sir. So this was the High Performance Director of Archery, Sanjeeva Kumar Singh, who talked about the preparations of the Indian archers and for this Paris Games and what can they do differently in the upcoming games to get a medal for India. With cameraman Mohit, this is Abhishek Prasad for DD India.
Time to take a short break. We'll be right back. Coming up on the other side. Croatian midfielder Luka Modric signs a one-year contract extension with Real Madrid. And ICC announces development awards for the year 2023.
As the world gears up for the biggest sporting extravaganza, Olympics 2024, we at DD India are all set to bring you reports, reactions and all the latest action from Ground Zero. Watch DD India's super exclusive show, Cheer for Bharat. Only on DD India from July the 22nd at 6:30 p.m. IST, 1 p.m. GMT. Get ready to cheer for Indian athletes at the Paris Olympics 2024.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching Sports Pass with me, Deepika, and now it's time to get you all the latest from the world of soccer. La Liga club Real Madrid on Wednesday said that Croatian midfielder Luka Modric has signed a one-year contract extension with Real Madrid, which will keep him at the Bernabeu until the year 2025. The 38-year-old Ballon d'Or winner in 2018 won a 6th Champions League crown as well as a 4th La Liga title with Real last season. Modric's previous contract expired at the end of 2023-24 season, but the Croatian told the fans that he would return next season when they were celebrating their Champions League triumph that extended Real's record to 15 European Cups. No player has won more titles with Real Madrid than Modric, who's lifted 26 trophies since he joined the Spanish Giants in 2012. Argentina's Vice President Victoria Villarreal on Wednesday defended Argentina's national soccer team players who've been accused of racism after posting a video in which they sang a song about France's players. In a post on her X account, Villarreal called the accusations hypocrite and expressed her support for midfielder later Enzo Fernandez. She said, and I quote a statement here, "Enough of feigning indignation, hypocrite. Enzo, I support you. Messi, thanks for everything," unquote. The video, posted by Argentina international and Chelsea player Fernandez on his Instagram account, featured some of the Argentinian squad singing a song about the French players. Fernandez later apologized for the video that showed Argentina players celebrating their Copa American victory after beating Colombia by 1-0 in Sunday's final. The French Football Federation said the video included an alleged racist and discriminatory chant that it would file complaint to global soccer governing body FIFA. And staying in soccer, Philadelphia's Kevon Sullivan became the youngest player to debut in MLS and North American's team history. He played Wednesday night's match with Philadelphia in the 85th minute against the New England Revolution. 14-year-old midfielder passed Freddie Adu for the MLS mark. Sullivan took a left-footed shot from outside the box in the 3rd minute of second-half stoppage time, but New England goalkeeper Ivacic made a save. Sullivan is now Philadelphia's native player who is expected to develop into a standout star. And now some update from the world of cricket. West Indies opted to bowl first against England in the ongoing second test match of the bilateral series. The test match began on Thursday at Trent Bridge in Nottingham and currently hosts are leading the three-match series by 1-0. In the opening encounter, England's James Anderson announced his retirement after playing his final test match at Lord's Cricket Ground. While England won the first match by an innings and 114 runs to give the legend a memorable farewell. Now Mark Wood has replaced him in the squad for the upcoming two matches. International Cricket Association acknowledged the associate nations for their transformative work in the field of cricket. 6 nations have been honoured with the ICC Development Award winners for the year 2023. The ICC awarded the associate members for their range of leading initiatives as they claimed the honour. Mexico, Oman, Netherlands, United Arab Emirates, Nepal and Scotland received the honours across 6 different categories. The winners are selected from a 21-nation shortlist of ICC Awards panel. The ICC Development Awards were launched in the year 2002 and shed light on the world-leading work being carried out in the ICC associate member countries, whether through innovative development programs or through inspiring efforts on the field of play. Now, Rahul Dravid's tenure as India's head coach will be studied for its dignified and subtle approach to modern cricket coaching. Team India, under Rahul Dravid's coaching, has been the top-performing team across the world. India won 41 out of 56 ODIs and 48 out of 69 T20Is. Here's an exclusive report. Take a look.
The great wall of Indian cricket, Rahul Dravid tenure as Indian cricket team coach, ended with the conclusion of India ending the trophy draught with triumph in T20 World Cup. Under Dravid tenureship, India has dominated bilateral limited over assignments, both at home and away, while also making it to the final of 2 other marquee world events, the World Test Championship and the 50-over World Cup, both in 2023. Let's look at the Wall's coaching stint with the Indian cricket team. Before becoming the national team's head coach, Dravid was the head of cricket at the National Cricket Academy along with the under-19 team and India A team's head coach. The 51-year-old was assigned to manage the Indian cricket team about 3 years ago, following Ravi Shastri's tenure, who stepped down from the post following the 2021 ICC Men's T20 World Cup. India adopted a new aggressive batting template in T20 cricket post their debacle and early exit from the 2021 T20 World Cup in the UAE. The idea was simple yet revolutionary. India needed a complete overhaul in their attitude and approach if they were to compete with teams like England and Australia and beat them consistently at world events. India's aggressive batting template in white ball cricket was put to its sternest test at the 2023 50-over World Cup at home. It was a domination like never before in the tournament's history. India did not just defeat but annihilated opposition units, both the bat and ball, and romped to the final. They blasted 350 plus totals, including 410 against the Netherlands, registered 4 wins by 6 plus wickets, mauling down targets, and 3 other wins by margins ranging from 160 to 302 batting first. India has been the second best team in the world after Australia in Test cricket under Dravid's tenure. They have won 14 and lost 7 of the 24 matches they have played in red ball cricket during this period. However, there have been some disappointments too. They squandered a couple of chances to register their maiden series win in South Africa and again lost in the final of the World Test Championship, this time to Australia in 2023. Under Dravid, India lifted the T20 World Cup 2024. India won 41 out of 56 ODIs and 48 out of 69 T20Is. Dravid also led India to Asia Cup title in 2023. With under-19 team, Dravid won the 2018 Under-19 World Cup and finished as the runners-up in the 2016 Under-19 Cricket World Cup. With India A, Dravid coached the team's several victories and helped prepare players for the national team. Dravid's tenure has been one of the most successful periods for India in their cricketing history. The domination in limited over bilaterals have been phenomenal. India has made it to 3 finals and 1 semi-final of the 4 ICC World events in this time frame. Across all formats, India's performance has been dominant, surpassing all other teams in the world. Dravid's tenure would have ended after the ODI World Cup 2023 only, but his term was extended till T20 World Cup 2024, marking it as a perfect end. Dravid's story will be written in the history books as a player who couldn't win any trophy as a player but returned as the coach and took Indian cricket team to heights and glory. Sports Desk, DD India.
The Olympic torch relay made its way through the Department of Fine. Thursday's stage moves through Oye department from Compagnie to Beauvais. The relay will culminate with the lighting of the cauldron in the host city, Paris, during the opening ceremonies of the games scheduled to take place on the 26th of July. That's all for this edition of DD India Sports Buzz, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download it right now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Deepika Mehtu, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thank you so much for watching DD India Sports Buzz. Namaskar.